Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Sagittarius energy. I'm going to get a few of these cards out, and then I'm going to shuffle this other deck to get a possible outcome. And of course, everybody's got free will, so it depends on if they choose to align with their more high vibrational Sagittarius energy or their more worldly or low vibe Sagittarius energy. You know, high vibe Sagittarius energy is educating yourself, being bold, being brave, being confident, loving yourself, to believe in your dreams and look at life as an adventure to be lived, and not letting negative energy or negative life circumstances or your fear or your insecurity or your pride and ego hold you back. And people who are in shadowy Sagittarius energy, you know, that can be people who have lessons to learn in life. They could be kind of immature and players, still more focused on indulging themselves in things of the world, their pride, their ego, their immature, or their addictions. And some people, you know, they've been hurt before and they got kicked up into their pride and ego, and they've never done the work to kind of wrap their brain around this game of life to get out of their ego and their defensiveness. So their ego is kind of running their life, sadly. So the reason for the reading is the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy. We have the Six of Swords, the Sun, the Five of Cups in reverse, the Lovers, and the Seven of Cups. We either see the truth, right? Or our fear, our insecurity, our pride, and ego is kind of distorting our perception of the world. Some people who maybe aren't willing to, don't want to see the truth, don't want to take that creative, inspired action it would mean to kind of look at life differently, or to educate themselves, to get themselves out of repeating patterns of the past. They might, well, the people in shadow energy, it looks like they are moving forward with their own idea. Instead of deciding to move forward that truth and honesty and love, treating myself with love and respect and compassion, forgiving myself for my past mistakes, forgiving people of my past. I just don't want the past to dictate my future anymore. I let it go. They're not doing that. And they're deciding to move forward with their own idea. And they might go have, well, they're going to move forward in their pride and ego. They might think that by doing that, that they can just let go of their regrets of the past, like they don't have to deal with them. But if we keep ignoring our past pain and heartbreak, our inner conflict, our mental conflict, oh, it's still there. You know, it'll pop up again later in life. But some people might be hoping that they can ignore it. Some people might still have illusions about someone, so that's why they're not seeing things clearly. And there's lessons that they need to learn from that relationship. And they're going to go get in a relationship with someone that they have illusions about. They're not seeing them clearly. And the whole thing is, we come into contact with all these different people in the world for us to learn lessons from, so that we will be knowing how to stand up for ourselves, that we will know our worth and value, that we aren't willing to let ourselves get caught up in, you know, sadness and self-pity and jealousy and revenge. You know, if that's the kind of life we want to live, that's okay. But if you don't want to live that kind of life and you want to have your dreams come into reality, you have to learn to stand up for yourself. And we get in these different relationships that kind of test us. It's like, really? Do you got it? Do you have what it takes? Do you believe in yourself? Are you able to take that bold, creative action to move forward in truth? The Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is a mental conflict. If you get in a job, a relationship, or a friendship that is really causing you a lot of mental conflict, do you take that bold action to kind of educate yourself, to wrap your brain around it, to be willing to see the truth? And the truth is, people are either open and honest and loving and authentic and warm and encouraging. That's love. Or they're not. And when you see the truth, are you willing to take bold, brave, confident action to distance yourself from that? Because you deserve to be in loving, respectful, kind relationships. Sometimes, we gotta get in a few relationships to learn those kind of lessons, because we can have illusions about people like, oh no, I'm sure one day they'll get better. Oh, I'm sure one day they'll grow up. Oh, I know they're kind of immature. I know they're kind of disrespectful. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. That definitely, I think, more so when you're younger. And eventually you realize, I can't keep dating an illusion. If they're not showing up today being mature and disciplined and respectful and loving and kind, then I don't want anything to do with them. You have growing up to do. I'll let you go practice on someone else. Are you willing to choose life-giving energy for yourself? It's hard to move away from some people in our life, if it's a friend, a work group, a family group, where people are taking some immature action, taking action in pride and ego, and shadowy Leo energy is like, I'm supposed to be the center of attention, you're supposed to do what I say, I should be able to emotionally manipulate you, I should be able to control you, I should be the center of attention, everything's about me. If you were moving forward with some people like that and you realize, I don't want to do that anymore, I see the truth. Some people want to be the center of attention. They are very self-consumed. They are very egocentric. Everyone else is supposed to put aside their pride and ego but them. They don't have lessons to learn. They're the star of the show. There comes a time where we need to move forward, and for some of you that could have been an aspect and characteristic within you. If you used to be a player that made decisions out of pride and ego, thinking that would get rid of your regret, it's kind of like indulging in things of the world, like, oh, that'll make me feel better. I know, I'll just go get in another relationship. That'll make me feel better. Well, when we went to go get in another relationship, were we being open and honest and truthful? Or were we just creating an illusion? That, oh, create the illusion that there's a future here. Oh, but I'm kind of immature. And if you want me to expand my perception of myself and the world around me, and to be more open and authentic and vulnerable and bold and brave in my Leo energy, no. I will run away. I'll get the idea that I'm going to operate out of pride and ego. This won't bother me. I can just let it go. I'll take some action that will emotionally confuse people about why I didn't move forward in this relationship. And then I'll just go get another one to indulge myself in, to try to make myself feel better. Some people are all about indulging themselves. They've given up on having hope and faith and belief and love. They don't trust other people. They don't trust that they can withstand emotional storms in life. So they just indulge themselves in relationships and pride and ego. Some people, because they have mental conflict and they want to feel better, they go get in a new beginning because it kind of puts them in the spotlight. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got a new relationship, or oh my gosh, you went and got a different job, or, whatever. And it's just to kind of be in the spotlight and get that boost of, I don't know, self-worth or self-esteem or ego. For some, they do have illusions about someone in their life, and they don't want to miss an opportunity with that person and be in regret. So, and the whole thing is, hopefully people aren't making that, well, some people can be doing it out of pride and ego. If they went to go get in that relationship, they don't want to miss out on the emotional opportunity of looking like a shining star in the world. Like, maybe it would make them look really successful in life. Maybe it would have money or materialism or status or image. And they don't want to be in regret about if they didn't take the opportunity to get in that relationship. But being in that relationship is kind of just an illusion if the people are motivated more by image and status and money and materialism. The people that have lived enough life and realize I don't want to get in a relationship because of pride or ego or fear or insecurity or just to make me feel better. You can be my friend, but I don't want to get tangled up emotionally and all that if it's not appropriate. The people who are seeing the truth could be moving away from some players in their life who maybe went to go repeat a pattern of the past. And you're moving forward. You're choosing to be in that life giving energy. By shedding light on the truth, and you've seen the truth, that some other people in your life, again, the Six of Swords moves away from the Five of Swords. That can be people who are very self centered, people who are very egocentric, people who try to use their sexuality to maybe get them the things in life that they want but it's more of an illusion in a relationship. They're not really authentically invested because they could get hurt doing that. It's more like just an illusion. And you are illuminated to the truth. And so you're choosing to be in high vibe energy. I choose every day to sit in thoughts and emotions, take action in my life that are encouraging and supportive and loving and nurturing to me. And maybe enough time's gone by, that you're no longer in regret about this person from your past. And it takes time. It takes time to emotionally detach. But you've been educating yourself. And you've been moving forward as you've been educating yourself. The more you speak your truth, keep focused on what you want to have in your life and putting that into practice in your life and being in your life and appreciating your life. And, it's becoming really grateful for all the small things in your life, It's really enjoying everything in your life, we can all get caught up. Is our life over? It'd be like when you're in school and like your best friend moves away. Yeah, that sucks. But, we believe, that miraculously we'll find other people to hang out with and have a good time with. It won't be the same relationship, but, life goes on and we can have new beginnings and we put time and effort into believing in that. You no longer are in regret about a person that you might have had a soul connection with. You're seeing it was just an illusion because if they're not building the relationship and being open and honest and authentic, it was more of an illusion. They get in the relationship, it's like people who present the illusion that, oh no, I'm just and fair. Oh no, I'm an upstanding citizen. Oh no, I'm a loving family person. I'm loyal and committed and stable. Have you not seen that I'm a pillar of society? But then when you want to move forward because you might be seeing that the person seems to be more focused on and prioritizing ego and image and status than love in the relationship, and they maybe seem to be taking some kind of reckless action, and part of that may be because they don't want to move forward being more open and honest and authentic, so they purposely take that action to cause you mental conflict. So then you keep focused on trying to balance out the relationship and make the relationship work, and you could have done that for a long time. And eventually you realize that, I'm the only one seeming to be putting in work and effort to move this relationship forward to a new, open, honest, warm, loving, authentic relationship. You seem to keep doing stuff more out of your ego or making it more about you and your wants, your needs, your lust, your greed. Apparently, it's your ego or something or emotional defensiveness that's driving you. So it's been illuminated that someone from your past that you thought you could go on life like an adventure to be lived was an illusion, because either their own fears and insecurities about being authentic moving away from old ways of being, moving away from more from a world-based, ego-based, materialistically based way of life. They don't want to do that. They're still really kind of inspired by the world and the things of the world, not love. So, you could be having a new beginning of some sort, coming together with others in a foundation. That could be in a friendship group, a family, a work group. You're going to put in work and effort into that new foundation, and to have that hopeful, creative, inspired attitude about you as you move forward. And as you're moving forward, your foundation could have went within to gain insight and wisdom about a foundation that you could have belonged to, that in shadowy Aries energy and shadowy Sag energy could be people that kind of like to be bossy and controlling, just kind of take some reckless action without kind of doing their research first to try to get to the truth, you know? They could act impulsively. They could hide that they are more aligned with their more immature, fiery nature, where it's their wants, their needs, their lusts, their greed, and they haven't learned to discipline that aspect within themselves, so they're just kind of immature. And for some reason, they could think that's how relationships are supposed to be. Maybe they have illusions about relationships. That isn't that how relationships are supposed to be? Isn't that how everybody is in a relationship? It's like, no, everybody isn't in the relationship because of pride or ego or image or status. You know, some of them are actually trying to move forward in a healthy, nurturing, loving environment where they've let go of thinking people in their past are someone they still want to be with. That, you know, people who've let go of past pain and heartbreak, so they're bold and brave enough to be in relationships and look at all the possibilities ahead. Some people, because they were hurt before in the past, they just don't have hope and faith and belief in anyone. So now they're like one of the negative energies in the world, basically being an immature player, a fearful, insecure, prideful, defensive person who's maybe trying to spread that negative energy around and make other people be fearful and insecure in relationships. So don't let it hold you back. Keep believing in your dreams. Let go about being focused on this relationship of the past. Keep aligned with love and believing in your dreams. Keep looking at life as an adventure. Be a spiritual leader in the world who maybe tries to help other people who have a lot of stress and anxiety about love and being vulnerable, who are defensive because other people have ignored their love offer in the past. Well, we got to see the truth about why didn't a relationship work out in the past? How did we contribute to that relationship not working out? How did the other people contribute to that relationship not working out? Some people don't want to see the truth about people in their past that hurt them. They might think they're perfect. No, we cannot acknowledge that. That would destabilize my whole foundation, to acknowledge that some people in my past were manipulative or controlling or prideful or egotistical, you know? Okay, what's the outcome? Well, everybody's moving forward. The high vibe people are taking bold, creative action to move forward in some type of new relationship, if that's a love connection, a friendship, or a work connection, to keep moving forward in truth, to close out this old cycle of life or way of thinking or believing or perceiving about yourself, or closing out a cycle with other people in your life that aren't able to move forward with you right now because they got a lot of lessons learned in life. And the people who either want to look like they're the winner with the sun card in their pride and ego. Look at me, I'm in the spotlight. Look at me, look how successful I am. Those people might communicate to, theirs might be more actually of a love connection, and they're going to try to move forward in this relationship, or it could be just their love of the world, focusing on indulging in the world, money or materialism, and they're, or a relationship, and they're going to move forward with this idea that they have, that they can move forward without having to see the truth, that they can keep moving forward the way they've lived life, from maybe being emotionally defensive, being prideful and egotistical, and there might be someone they get in a relationship with that they're not seeing is also maybe a player. And sometimes we need to be in a relationship with someone just like ourselves to see ourselves. Kind of reminds me of when I was in college. I kind of really got into the F word a lot. It just seemed like the perfect descriptive adjective in almost every sentence. And then I was out one night at a bar, and this pretty young gal was there, and she was saying it all the time. And it was just like, oh, wow, that just sounds so crass. I still use it. I like it. But, I don't use it like I did. There it was like every other sentence. But seeing her do it, I just thought, oh, wow. Because my friends didn't do it as much as me. And seeing someone who did it as much as me, it was like, ew, yeah, no, I got to change that. And so sometimes people who are maybe immature or stubborn or prideful or manipulative or bossy or controlling or whatever, if they've been that person in a relationship and they haven't really went out with someone who kind of mirrors that same way of being back, this will be a good life experience. Of course, some of them, they still might not want to see the truth. And it's just them being awful. When they're like that, they're not being awful. Denial is a pretty powerful thing, right? So I also shuffled the Aboriginal Dreaming Totem, and you got confident. Some people confuse confidence with ego. There's no shame in confidence. It's about knowing who you are and what you want, and most importantly, having the courage to stand in your own power. So I think some people in their shadow are definitely operating out of ego, and that might think that makes them look strong. Other people in the world might think they're a complete idiot. But then again, so much of our life is based on what we think about ourselves and how we perceive reality. And the reason that came out is because of amazement. You have worked hard to get everything just the way it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment. Everything is as it should be. So if you had some difficult people in your life that you had to move away from, it looks like you're going to have a new beginning that will put you off on a new adventure that has lots of possibilities, and you will be able to close out. You balanced out your emotions about people who moved away in pride and ego, maybe ended a relationship with you, or because they distanced themselves and turned their back on you, you had to end the relationship. And you've taken the time to balance out your strong emotions. And the Temperance card is about being patient and waiting for divine timing and listening to your intuition to know when it's time to move forward. And now is the time to move forward on this new adventure. I also shuffled the quote calendar, and you got August 28th, which is a summer bank holiday in the UK, apparently. Oh no, I keep doing this. Well, this one says, aim at heaven and you will get earth thrown in. Aim at earth and you will get neither, by C.S. Lewis, a writer. But I already did that one, so let's get a different one. July 11th. Aerodynamically, the bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly, but the bumblebee doesn't know it, so it goes on flying anyway. Mary Kay Ash, founder of Mary Kay Cosmetics. Sounds like just in the last couple of years they figured out how a bumblebee flies because its wings are so small and the body is kind of so chubby and round compared to its wings. But they finally figured out that the wings kind of go around in a super fast kind of circular motion, I think, which gives them lift. But, the beautiful, amazing things of nature. We're capable of things that people maybe wouldn't think we're capable of. Some people, you know, If I didn't say it, yeah, I did. Some people purposely take immature action, so you will have mental conflict and you'll maybe move away from them, but you'll be in your pride and ego. And then they think that maybe because you don't want this to be a missed opportunity, that you'll still see them as a love option, even though they weren't open and honest and loving and truthful and putting in work and effort and decided to take some impulsive action. But if they do that and they're not open and honest about why they're leaving the relationship, it causes you mental conflict and it causes confusion. And you might be in this illusion about, why. Just deal with the reality. People put in work and effort or they don't. So there you go, Sagittarius energy. I wish you peace, love, and joy, and we will see you next time. Bye bye.